attempt today to do a latte makeup look using products that I already have in my collection, because I absolutely love a brown eye with a nude lip, if you guys didn't know. So let's just get into it. Let's start with the eyes. As always, we're gonna prime with my paint pot from MAC and laying low. I want to forewarn you, if there's any drilling or any noises you hear out or it's coming from outside, they're doing a lot of repairs in this area. So let's get that on the eyelid. Let me grab my mirror. Okay, so I hope this is close enough. I'm just gonna look down, and we're just gonna use an Ulta Beauty buffing concealer brush to apply this. And I'm just gonna go on both eyes right away. And a little bit more for the other eye. I think I got everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna set that with the Charlotte Tilbury. You guys know I have my little mini powder here in shade number 2, medium. I definitely need to pick up another one because I was looking and I think this, I've had this way too long. I mean, it's still working, but maybe I should just get the mini one. I don't know. How long do you guys keep your powder for before you decide maybe I should change it? Because I don't always stick to the expiration date on makeup. The only one that I would have to definitely say is for mascara and eyeliners, because that's so close to the eye. But with this powder, I don't know, it might be time because I was seeing how old it is, but it's still working in my opinion. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm just really blending that in to make sure that this is set. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right, so I thought for the eyeshadows I used the ones from Huda Beauty from this palette, the Khaki Haze palette, and she has some really good brown shadows in here. So I thought I would use just these 3 shadows right here because I haven't used this eyeshadow palette again, and I was like, why not try it out, right? It has so much makeup that I don't use that I really want to start using more of. And I'm gonna probably dip into these. I don't know which one yet. If I need an additional brown for like transition shade or whatever. So looking at these, I'm probably going to use either soft brown or what's the other one that I use? Is it this one? No, Saddle is too dark. There's another shade that I got in here that I use, and it's Cork. So it's either going to be between Cork and soft brown. I got to see which one will complement this particular shades that we have here. So we have these 3 shades, like I said, on the bottom, and then we have soft brown, right? Yep. And then we have Cork. I think Cork is more like a cool tone, where soft brown is more on the warm side. So we're gonna go with soft brown. So I'm gonna use that as the only extra shade that I'm using, and I'm gonna put that in my transition crease. I'm gonna use the E38 from Sigma. We're just gonna get that, tap off the excess and just really get it in here. So whenever I'm using like 3 shadows, I always like to have an extra one just to help with the transition, so it's not like a stark in between. You don't always have to do that. It's just my personal preference. Everybody has their way of doing makeup, you know. So like I said, if you hear any noises outside, I do apologize in advance. A lot going on now because it's like 3 in the afternoon. So there, that just kind of starts the building of the shadows. So let's get another crease brush. Let's do a E25, and I think we're gonna go into the next shade right here. It doesn't have a name, so we're gonna go into this one right here, and I'm gonna go right in the same spot. I'm just gonna tap off the excess, and I'm gonna get a little closer for you guys because I'm gonna look down while I do this, and I'm gonna concentrate it right in there in that deep fold of mine, and I'll go back into the palette, take off the excess, and there. The good thing about this new look, this latte makeup, is that this has been around for a while and they just renamed it. So you see how that did a nice gradual, and I absolutely love browns on the eyes. So for me, I am okay with that. Making sure you guys can see what I'm doing on this side. So basically it's just, you just get some brown shadows from what I'm seeing, and you just, you know, create an effect on your eye. It could be like just one color all over the lid. It can be a bunch of different shadows. I mean, it's just, I guess, personal preference. And it could be like all matte if you want it, or you can just go with a shimmery shade on the lid. And I thought I would do that today. Do with shimmery shade. So that's it right there. So you see how by using that shade, soft brown, I want to make sure I said the right one, it just helped to really like do like a nice gradual effect. It's not like one line right here, so it just blends it out better in my opinion. For this next shade, I think I'm gonna go in a little deeper in my crease, a little bit more. Let me grab this brush. And this one, unfortunately, I don't know if they still sell it. It's the E47. I love this for really detailed work. I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm going to focus that like mostly on the, really get in my crease and kind of bring it across. And then like on the outer edges maybe. And this palette, a lot of kick up when you use it, but it's okay. So for me, I'm looking right down into the mirror and I'm just trying to get it right into my socket and bring it all the way. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And so it's kind of like I'm applying it on the top part of my lid, you know, like the really interior one, so you can see like it did a line across. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just gonna go again, and I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna bring it here to the front of the eye. And typically you would do this with a different type of brush, but I want to diffuse it. I don't want it to be like super noticeable, because I'm going to put the shimmery shade there, and then I'm going to look down again. So I guess I'm making kind of like a halo effect, which I wasn't really planning. Mind you, I just sat here and said I'm going to do a makeup look. I didn't say exactly how it's going to look. So you see, you can see right there, that shade right there. So I'm going to do that on this eye, but I'm going to do that off camera. So I will be right back. Now I'm going to put some more of the first shade, this one, right here with that same brush, and bringing it up a little higher. And then I did this, you saw I did this eye with the other shadow. And I'm just bringing it up a little bit. There we go. And then that's the eye so far. You could leave it like this if you want to, but I figured I really wanted to try out this shade right here. So we're going to apply that on my eye. I'm just going to get a flatter brush. So I like to use this one, the E56 from Sigma. And we're just going to put that on. And you could use your finger if you want to, but me personally, I really like to use a brush. So I'm going to get closer and I'm going to look down to apply that right in the center. And I'm just going to overlap where I applied that color before. And I'm going to bring this up as much as I can to cover any spaces so it won't look so sparse. So there. So it gives you like a little sheen. See what I mean? And we'll do that on the other eye as well. Do you ever have an eye that's easier to put makeup on? I would like to know. Let me know in the comments. Which eye is easier for you to do your makeup on? For me, obviously, it's my right eye. My left eye can be a little tricky, but I try. So there we have it. See, it's very subtle. Now, if you wanted this to pop, the shimmer part, all you have to do is wet your brush and go right into the eyeshadow, or just use like a glue base, a glitter glue base from NYX. That works really good. I don't have any more, so that's why I'm not using it today, but I do like that a lot. So I'm just going again because I feel like I need to put a little more. And I'm gonna go in with this brush, has no more product on it, and just like really go in. So you could always do that on your makeup, go back and fine tune it as you look at it. So I'm looking at it closer, and I feel like this eye needs a little bit more of this shadow, the one we put in the middle. I'm just bringing it up a little higher just to overlap the other brown shade that I used earlier. And there you go. Now if you want to put something on your brow bone, you can. So let me see if I have another shadow that's a little lighter, because I don't want it to be too monotone. I know I have another shade in here I could use. Is it this one? No, this one right here. Let's use this Brûlée. I think this might be a little too light, but we're gonna try it. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? So we're just gonna go with a little bit in this E46 brush. I'm gonna tap off the excess because I only want like a washing of color. I don't want to undo what we just did. That's why I'm using such a small detailed brush. You see, I like that because it closed up that gap. Like you can leave it like this, but I like to do this. Put another shadow when I remember, because sometimes I forget to do this step. All right, so you see that? And then if you want to be extra, then you can put color under your eye, and you could put in a tear duct as well if you want to. I haven't quite decided if I want to do that yet, so we're gonna leave that as an option. I might decide to do that after we do the liner and stuff. So I put this back in my Z palette. Did I put it on? Yes, I did. Okay, so now that we've done the eyes, that part of the eyes, at least the shadows anyways, let me move these brushes. Be right back. Okay, so we have two eyeliners to use today. We're going to use the Busty Brown from One Size and the shade Cocoa from Sephora collection. I'm going to go in first with this one on top of the eye, and I think I need to sharpen this maybe. I decided to sharpen my pencil because it was not sharp enough. So let's do that again. Hopefully it comes in frame. Just trying to do this. And I'm just going to go over where I went already. Oh yeah, so much better. It went on so much easier. This eye I'm definitely doing off camera. I can't record that one. It's just too hard. Okay, so for this liner, I think I'm just going to go over the brown. I was thinking of doing it under the eye, but I don't feel like wearing liner or anything under my eye today. So let's just do that. Let me look down so you guys can see. And I'm going to concentrate it more on the inner. Hopefully that records. And it's not gonna look like a lot of difference to you guys, but it's just a little extra so it doesn't look so matte. Yeah, I did a little something, not too much. So you don't have to use this one if you don't have it, but just use a brown liner. So I'm gonna do this eye off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, so now we're gonna do mascara. I'm gonna use the sample again from Makeup Forever, the Professional. It's a two-step, so this is step one, and it lifts. So it's a very thin, I don't know if it's showing, but it's a very thin brush. So let's get to that. Get as close as I can. And brushes like this are really great for doing your bottom lashes. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the other eye, and then we'll, you know, go to the bottom. So you just, I'm gonna dip it in to get a little bit more. Then we'll do the left eye. Sorry about the truck in the back. I don't know if that's a delivery or another construction, guys. They're renovating a lot of the buildings in this district. They really fell behind with COVID, fixing like potholes and stuff like that. So I think that's what they're focusing on, like trying to fix all those little things. All right. So it doesn't look like it really did anything. Oh, I gotta do the bottom lashes. See, I was forgetting already. But I love this brush for my bottom lashes. Okay, so we're gonna try out a new sample from Danessa MYRECKS Beauty, and this is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum. And shade is Main Squeeze. Oh wait, is this a color? I thought this was like gonna be like see-through. Let's see, because this is a glow hydrating face serum. Yeah. So does this have a color to it? Oh, it's like a, let me show you guys real quick what it's like so you can see. You might not be able to see. It's a little dot. Can you see that? Right there. It has like shimmer in it, I guess. But it's transparent. Okay, so we'll just put some on our face. It says it's hydrating. And you guys know I'm all about the hydrating because I have dry skin. So we'll put it on one side at a time. And this is like the first thing I've ever tried. Oh, it smells like watermelon from Danessa. I want to try her blushes, the ones that everybody went crazy over. There's one shade that I want, but it's sold out. It's always sold out when I'm gonna go buy it. So yeah, we're gonna eventually get it one day. Okay, this gives you a really nice coloring. Like, I mean, this looks really good on its own. I like the way that looks. It makes me look awake. It looks like I just came back from the tropics, right? It's nice. So let's let this set for a minute, and then I'm gonna come back and we're just gonna use my usual, you know what, actually let's do my eyebrows instead of keep coming back, guys. So let's go with the Give Hella On Point shade number 6. You guys already know. And I definitely am out of my Patrick Ta lamination gel, but I'm just gonna use the e.l.f. Thing that I got recently. So, oh wait, I got a little bit of mascara on my eye over here. I don't know how I got it over here, but I did. So that looks nice. It's a very subtle shimmer, which is nice. Okay, so let's do my eyebrows, which you guys have seen me do, but I'm including as much as I can. Okay, so I see a garbage truck. Really? They pick up garbage today? Today's Thursday, by the way. I don't know. I'm not really on like, oh yeah, today's trash day, or you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. They change things around, you know. Okay, let's do the other one. My left eyebrow always needs the most help. And it's always been like that. And if you guys, fun fact, if you guys didn't know this, when I was born, I had no eyebrows. But I was a premature baby. Let's just say that. I was born 2 months early because since I'm a twin. And back then in the 70s, it was unusual for a woman who was pregnant with twins to go full term. Where nowadays, they really try to have you go full term as much as possible. But yeah. We are premature. And I had no eyebrows. And I had no hair. I was bald. It was funny. And my son, he was born with a full head of hair. He was like, whoa. Which I knew he was going to have a lot of hair because they say that when you have a lot of heartburn, when you're pregnant, your child's going to have a full head of hair. And let me tell you, he did. Let me grab the brush for the eyebrows. Okay, so let's brush out our eyebrows. I'm just gonna use my Benefit dual ended brush, and then we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. brow lift. Just gonna get a little bit. I use a very little bit amount, a small amount. I'm gonna use the angle brush part of it to spoon it up on, and we're just gonna put it on, make sure there's nothing there. This stuff holds your eyebrows in place. So we're gonna just paint it on there. And then if I have any, yep, I still have plenty on this, so I'm gonna put it on this eyebrow. I mean, you need very little, but it just depends. Like if you have a lot of eyebrow hairs, you might need more product. I always see it this way, you can always add more. In any application, anything you're doing, you could always add more. So then I go in with the other side and I just brush my brows. But this stuff sets quickly, so you gotta move fast. And that should have been enough time for the hydrating, the primer to set. See what I mean? Like your eyebrows are, they are sealed. They're not going anywhere. Let me close this up. Make sure you do close this properly, like very tight, because you don't want your product to dry up, because it will dry up if you leave it somewhat open. Okay, sorry about that. So now let's go in with foundation. We're just going to use the Luminous Silk one. You guys already know, in shade 6. I'm going to give that a shake. And then we're going to apply it with my Real Techniques Seamless Complexion brush. Okay, and I'm just gonna pump this directly on the brush. I'm not using the, what's that called? That plate today. And get another pump. And then bring it onto the forehead. And I move my mirror before I accidentally knock it down, because you guys already know. So let's paint it on. And I know it looks very yellow, but that's okay. It's a olive undertone. And the good thing about this foundation is that you can build it up. It looks like skin. So I can go in and put some more if I feel like I need it, which I am. This is very thin. I'm trying to get the forehead. I should just put my arm up on the table. I try not to do that because I'm afraid the camera is going to bounce. So just with that one application, see, like my skin is peeking through very nicely. So I'm going to take another pump so I can put it like just on my cheek area, which is typically what I do. So it's like a half a pump. And we're just gonna do that and just work that in. Leave the cap off so I can clean that later. How many of you, when you use your makeup, you clean it right away on your brushes? I would like to know. What I try to do is I have a cup, right? I put it, all my brushes that I've used are going into a certain cup, right? So what I do is once the cup is full, because I don't wear makeup every day, then I go and I try to wash them. So I take them over to like my bathroom or my kitchen and I make it to wash them. And then my makeup, if it's dirty, I wash it immediately the same day. So like you see how my foundation bottle has a little foundation on it, I clean it right away. So I'm just gonna go in my mirror real quick to make sure I got everywhere, because I wear glasses and from far away it looks great. Up close would be a different story. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'm really liking that hydration thing. So I move the brush over to the cup like I was saying. All right, so now we're gonna do concealer. I don't have any more of my MAC concealer. I actually need to pick up another one because that one was at the point where I'm like, I think I should get a new one. So we're just gonna apply the Jouer and then across. And also I was thinking of maybe instead of picking up another MAC one, maybe possibly just getting a color correcting, because that's really what I use the MAC for, to correct the inside here, because I get like that darkness just right here. So if you have any recommendations, I would really appreciate that. Let me know down in the comment section. We're going to use another buffing concealer brush, and we're just going to work that in. Absolutely love this concealer. It's my favorite of all time, if you guys didn't know. And then if you have any little errors, just use like that to clean it up. Let me bring it up. I always forget to get foundation right here in the bridge of my nose, so what I do is I just bring up my concealer to fill in that little space there. And today I feel like I need more coverage under my eyes than usual. I just probably didn't get enough sleep, honestly, but it happens, right? Like sometimes we just don't get enough rest. I honestly prefer the the other concealer brush now that I got from Real Techniques, but I only have two and they're both dirty right now, so I need to wash them, because this is the one I used to use before, and I'm honestly just loving that one more. So let's move that over here. Another Real Techniques brush. I have like I think 6 of these, so I'm good for now, because I use these for powder and highlighters. So we're gonna go with the Brilliance powder from LYS, and we're gonna set right here. And I do need a setting spray, so if you guys could recommend one, that would be awesome, because I only have the MAC Fix Plus, but I want to try something else. And then we're going to cover that with the Jouer powder. Flip it over the other side. And here we are. And I try to just bring it down a little lower because I wear glasses and it's going to touch right here. So I apologize for that. Okay, so the face is done, like the base. Now we're going to do bronzer and we're going to do a blush. I picked out, again, to use the Pat McGrath bronzer because I absolutely fell in love with it. If you guys didn't know, I got this from Influencer. They sent it to me. I was like, oh my God, I was super, super happy. And I think I'm going to use, should I use my Marc Jacobs brush? I haven't used that brush in a while. I think I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs brush. I know you can't get it anymore, but there's a rumor that Marc Jacobs Beauty might be coming back, but it won't be till 2025. Don't quote me. I heard that somewhere, I think on TikTok. So I'm super excited if he's coming back because I miss his makeup brand. So here's the shade I got. Is, what is it called? Where's the shade that they sent me? Is it not on here? Bronze Nirvana. And we're gonna use the concealer, the bronzer brush. I love this brush. Right in here. What I like about this brush is that it's so fluffy, and when you put on product, let me get my arm up, it just really buffs it out. Ooh, that was my elbow. Sorry if it sounded weird. It's just the skin. Like, you know, when your elbow gets... Anyways, we're just gonna concentrate it. You see how beautifully it just blends in, this brush? Oh, love it. I do have the NARS bronzer. I bought that and I still haven't used it, you guys. I bought it to do a review. I need to get that one out and use it for you guys. I'm not gonna add more product. I'm just gonna use what's on here and just go on the face, because I have the brush too. I know that brush is sold out now, but I do plan to do a video for you guys, hopefully. Now I'm gonna use the left hand and just buff it in. And I have so many blushes, but I decided to use the Lady Gaga one, the Pomelo Peach, today, because I haven't used it again since I did my video because I have too many blushes. And I love a peach blush. So I was like, you know what, Eva? Let's just use that one today. And then I'm thinking of mixing it with another blush that I have. I don't know yet. But here we go. I feel like this side I put more for sure. So let's put a little bit more on the left side. But sometimes I feel like more light comes in here. So I might be having too much on. So let me double check with my mirror. So it's even. It just looks uneven, but it's even. So okay, so I have two blushes that I want to mix. I'm going to mix this one from MAC. It's the Cheer Up Glow Play Blush. And this has like a pinky peachy undertone. So I thought I could use both of them. So I'm going to put this one on first. I'm going to use the Real Techniques Tapered Cheek Brush. This brush is awesome for any blush, where it's cream or powder. I absolutely love it. And we're just gonna put it on. Had they had this brush out when I got this blush, I probably would have been wearing it more. Because ever since I got these brushes, I'm wearing my blushes that are like this more, like in a cream form. I think my reasoning why I was like, oh, I don't really like cream products, is because I didn't really know how to use them properly. And now that I'm using them, I have the right tools, I should say, I'm in love with them. So there we go. We're going to put a layer of this, and then we're going to put the Pomelo Peach on top from Lady Gaga, House Labs. So see, now we use this blush more because this brush helps. All right, so now let's grab Pomelo Peach. Let's put the lid back on this. Definitely, if you buy these, keep this little plastic because it helps preserve so the blush doesn't dry out, because it will dry out on you. Let me move this brush over here. And then we have Pomelo Peach from House Labs. I've only used it at the time when I did the video. And then we're going to go in with the F40 from Sigma. And she's very pigmented. So, and then we just go right on top. You see how it tied it together? And the lovely thing is that if you feel like you put too much, you can definitely buff it out with with this brush. I'll just go in with this brush, and just to soften up the edges. I feel like the edges look a little rough. There we go. So now we're going to put on highlight, and then we'll do the lips. I have no idea what lip I'm going to do, so we're going to find out together because I have quite a few there. I got all my ColourPop ones. So we have the shade Exhilarate from Rare Beauty, because I haven't used this one in a while either. Let me get a setting brush. I hope I have one that's clean. Yes, I found a clean one. Definitely gonna have to wash my brushes after this. And you just want to, if I had my MAC Superb, I would have definitely put that on. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because that's more, it wouldn't have matched this. That's more cool tone. I keep thinking it's a warmer tone, but it's not. It's more cool tone. So there, that might be too much. Let me match it up. And let's put some here. The sun is like shifting, so it's bouncing off of the building in front of me. So I apologize if it's a glare. Okay, but you see that? All right, let me double check in the mirror to make sure that I don't have too much on. Okay, everyone, so this is what the makeup looks like. I love the way it came out. I might have a little too much blush on, but I'm not mad at it. These are the eyes. I think everything came out great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my hair, and I will be back, and we'll do the lip together. So I'll be back. Okay, everyone, so I did my hair. I used my Numi curly one. I haven't used that in years. I put on these earrings. I don't know if I mentioned it in my previous video. I picked these up on Amazon. They're like the Balenciaga dupes. And I've really been liking wearing them. They're really comfortable. They're lightweight on the ear. So I picked out a lip while I did all that, and I changed my shirt. I put on this sweater. It says Jouer on it. This is really old. I got this in Target a very long time ago. I think it's from the Moshimo brand. It's not even available anymore, so I do apologize. And then I just put on my Amazon ring as well. These I got on Amazon. So for the lip, I thought we would do the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Boys Town on the lip. and then use the matching lippy stick, and then I might put a lip gloss on top. Not sure yet. So let's line the lips. And I have plenty of darker toned browns, but I felt like it would be too much with the eye. So this is like a pinky, neutral pinky tone. So it's a pinky nude, but I felt like it had a little bit of brown in it. So we're going to go with Boys Town on top. The lippy stick. So you see how that's like a really nice, like, pinky nude. So I think it looks great like this, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to put a little bit of this Ami Collet, I think they say it, and the shade, what is this one called? It's the brown one. I'll put the name here. I can't remember which one it is. I thought it said it on here. Anyways, let's just put a little bit of this on top. See, that gives it that little extra juiciness to the lips. So you see, I feel like it's like that perfect shade of pink brown. So what do you guys think of the look? I'm very happy with the way it came out. So thank you so much for sitting with me through this tutorial of the Latte makeup look. Everything will be listed in the description box. Please look down there below. I will also have a Pinterest board for you guys can just go and find all the items all at once, and it will have links. They are not affiliated links. I just do this because I don't have an Amazon storefront, and I do not have like anything else where you click on and you like make a commission from it. I just feel like this is easier. I also thought about doing LTK because I do have an account there, but I don't know how that works. So I'll get back to you guys on that. Anyways, check down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.